They are a bit lighter and not as bulky, which makes it easier to run faster in them. Hello everyone, and welcome again to Hyped by Allison. I actually just got back from a nice run in one of the 2 pairs of Hokas that I am going to review today. We are going to review both of them today, and you probably saw my last video where I reviewed the Kawanas, and I decided to combine these 2 together because they're both orange and they're both
freaking amazing.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a big thumbs up, and please follow my Instagram. We have 2 wonderful pairs of Hokas to review. As you can see, I'm still in my running clothes because I wanted to stick with the theme of the video. We're gonna start out with the Mach Supersonic, if I'm saying that right. So we're gonna go ahead and look at those, chat about them a bit, teach you everything you need to know about the Mach Supersonic. As you can see, the color is very flashy, very bright, which I love. Fun fact, this shoe has not been released and will be released in March 2022, so next month. So it's coming soon to a running store, website, or wherever you buy your running shoes near you. So overall, I did really like these shoes. The only downfall about them that I noticed was the toe box. And as you can see, it's a little more narrow than a lot of the Hokas. And for me, that was a bit of a con because I like to have a wide toe box so my toes can kind of move around and my foot feels a little more free. So far, these shoes are okay. I mean, they're a little too narrow and just a little different for a Hoka, but I bet a lot of you would like them. I just happen to enjoy the wide toe base and more clunky sort of running shoe with a big foam bottom. As I was in the Kawanas, in both of these, I'm a size 6.
Another
tiny little downfall about these was that they're a little bit long. So I kind of felt like my heel was slipping out a bit. And that's what I've noticed with some of the newer versions. I feel like they're made a bit too long, but that could just be me. So this shoe is actually the sibling to the Mach 4. As I researched a little bit more, I found that these were more made for tempo runs or like speed workouts, which kind of makes sense because they are a bit lighter and not as bulky, which makes it easier to run faster in them. In women's, they weigh in at 6.9 ounces and men's, they weigh in at 8.4 ounces. So one thing I like is they're not too
mushy.
So the foam actually responds very well, which works well with going fast. And the responsiveness of these shoes helps with speed. They have this fun little handle, not sure what you'd call that, adds some style. And the back of the shoe kind of comes out for even more stability here. Another thing that I really liked was how breathable the mesh of the shoe is. The style is just so cute. You got a mix of different oranges here along with the orange laces. So as most Hokas do, these have a 5mm drop, which is great because it allows more ankle mobility like I've mentioned in the last video, and hip mobility. I do not like the big heel drops for a variety of reasons that I did go into in the last video if you haven't seen. These can go on trails. They have a pretty decent grip, but I wouldn't go on a trail that's too rocky to avoid slipping. Mainly made for tracks and roads. So overall, this shoe was great, but like I said, a little too narrow for my liking and fit a little bit long. I still would definitely run in this shoe on a shorter run or when I hit up the track, which isn't very often, but maybe it will motivate me to get out there because I really need to work on that speed eventually. And I did run in this shoe today about 4.3 miles, and that was actually a great distance to wear these. I don't think I would wear them for anything longer, maybe 5.
But definitely not a long run shoe.
All right, now that we are done with this shoe, we're gonna move on to the next, and it is also orange.
So fun.
And the name of this next shoe is the Carbon X3. Pretty sweet name, if you ask me. Another orange shoe. These are so cool looking. I don't think I've ever had a shoe without a tongue. Doesn't have a tongue, and it almost is the feel of like a sock. It has kind of the elastic right up at the top, like a sock would. So I ran in this shoe a couple days ago, and I wasn't really able to make it too far, mainly because it fit probably like a size bigger. So so I need at least a half a size smaller because the shoe is very long. These shoes have good cushion, but so far they feel like running in clown shoes because they made the 6 way too big in this specific style. I feel like I'm gonna trip. Aside from that, they were very comfortable and roomy. The toe box is great and the cushion was also great, very responsive, but it was difficult to run in these. I felt like I was going to trip because they were too long. So this shoe does have a foot plate, which is another pro. And like I said, very responsive ride. Helps your turnover. Seems very durable and of course good stability. So I think it would be a great shoe to do a long run if it actually fit. The mesh is very breathable, as you can see. You've got kind of the tiny little holes. It's thick and very durable, but again, would not be practical unless it actually fit me. I would say that these shoes are really not for narrow feet because of the width, and the width kind of goes throughout the whole shoe. It's not just like a big toe box. So even in the back, it was a
Bit big for me.
And I feel like if it was a half size smaller, it would be perfect. Like the Mach, this is also a neutral shoe, so if you have orthotics, you can just slip them right in there. But make sure if you are used to a stability shoe to not pick up this shoe. So again, the heel drop is 5 millimeters, so Hoka staying true to their perfect number heel drop in my opinion. I'm not sure if I would ever drop to a 0. I think 5 is the best. These are mainly road shoes, but they have such good grip that you could probably wear them on a minimalist trail. You can wear them on the track. Make sure you don't go on a trail that's super rocky because
a little bit dangerous and you might slip.
it does have a softer feel than the Mach, which I like because I feel like I get that much more support and it's just a little bit more comfortable. So again, it has that carbon plate, and I think that's one of the reasons that a lot of people tend to want to wear this shoe for longer distances, because that carbon plate just supports you all the way until the last mile. And I could tell running in them that they would be great shoes for longer runs because they're not too heavy, but they're very supportive. And that plate just continued to support my foot super well. And I do have sensitive feet, so I go through running shoes very quickly. And just like the Kawana, it has a great meta rocker. And again, I noticed that. I think if I could get this shoe in a half a size down, it would be gold. And you can tell this shoe overall is built to last. The lacing, as you can see, is just a little bit different than most shoes. To me, I feel like that helps support your arch a bit more just because of the way the laces are pulling. So the weight of this shoe for men is 8.5 ounces and for women is 7.5 ounces. So a little bit heavier than the Mach, more durable than the Mach, and makes sense that it would be better for long runs. So I hope you enjoyed this fun little review of both of these amazing Hoka running shoes. Go check out Hoka. Whether you check out one of these pairs of shoes or another pair of shoes, Hoka running shoes are literally magic, to me at least, because I've tried so many running shoes throughout my running career, and I finally found a brand that I can stick with that I actually love. So I hope you learned a lot about these two pairs of shoes, but you have to go try them for yourself. Head out to any local running store. You can also order them online and kind of shop around at Hoka.com. Don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more fun running and fitness-based content. And also, give me a big thumbs up and a thumbs up for Hoka, and follow my Instagram. Just remember, if you continue to stay active and to wear good supportive running or exercise shoes like Hoka, you will be able to
Stay